what you want. Where are you? Turn around, Mr. Holden. Where are my kids? They're in the car. What car? It's off on the side of the road. Show me. The money first. 5 million, it's all there. Now, how do I know that's not a bag full of rocks? Hey, you want me to dump it all out? No, don't do that. Look, I just want to hold my kids. I know. You did good, Mr. Holden. Sleep tight. He's out. Let's go. Come on!
Have you lost your keys?
No, I had this sudden urge to play the gentleman caller.
Oh, I see. And what part do I get to play?
We'll improvise.
Oh!
Based on the message you left on my answering machine. Thank goodness there was no one else there to hear it, or I'd have been banned in Boston.
I just wanted you to know how much I've missed you.
Ditto.
Where have you been, dare I ask?
Earlier this evening, I was deep in impassioned conversation with another woman.
Your mother or your daughter, I certainly hope.
No. Well, do you want me to be discreet, or do you want the details?
You can be discreet out on my front lawn, if you like. Who was she?
A 9-year-old self I met at the Landview Public Library. That's the subject of my next column, by the way.
I see.
Yes. Miss Molly Carter was devastated that there were only 2 books in the children's section on her subject of current interest.
Which is?
Mummies.
And Daddy's?
No. Egyptian funerary practices.
Ah, so.
Oh, she was great. I almost fell in love.
Well, how can I compete with that?
You don't have to compete with anyone. You're in a class by yourself.
Which means what exactly?
I'm so happy you called.
I am so happy that you're happy.
Lately, it feels like you've been avoiding this.
It?
Being alone with me.
Yes. I suppose so.
Do you want to tell me why?
What do you mean she was lying? About Miss Stonecliffe?
Dorian knew she was alive. At least as of a couple of years ago. Why? What's the deal?
We're not sure.
Joey, what did my mother tell you about her?
Well, she got this phone call one afternoon from this Miss Stonecliffe, and I happened to be in the room. Right off, her voice changed.
How so?
Well, she didn't seem so sure of herself. It was like she was walking on eggshells.
Come on. Dorian?
Yeah. That's probably why it stuck in my mind, you know? I mean, it was one of the very few times Dorian ever said anything about her background to me.
Wait a minute, what did she tell you? Do you remember exactly?
Well, it's not much, just that this particular woman had been her mother's nanny and decided to stick around and, watch out for Dorian and her sisters.
If Dorian knew she was still alive, why did she act so vague when we asked her about it?
Excuse me, but since when does Dorian need a reason to be unreasonable about anything?
Kevin, The thing is, we think that she does have a reason, and that's what we're trying to figure out.
Wait, you're trying to say that there's some sort of mystery in her past?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, look, if you guys want me to butt out, it's
No,
fine.
no. That's okay. It's, what you just told us was very helpful.
Joey, don't misunderstand. It's not that we don't want to share any more information. We just don't know what's going on ourselves.
Well, what makes you think that something's going on?
Well, it all started when Aunt Dorian had this off-the-wall reaction to Todd getting custody of Star. And we were all upset, of course, but Dorian went ballistic.
Mel thought it might have had something to do with a reaction she had to something in her childhood.
That's a bit of a leap.
His mother's a shrink, remember? Honestly, though, from what I heard, Dorian has been acting a lot stranger lately.
Yeah, well, that is very true. In fact, the more questions we ask her, the more defensive she gets. It's one of the reasons why I went to California to see my mother.
And Dorian was okay with that?
Well, she didn't know I was there until I was already there.
Did she flip out?
No. And that was the weird part. In fact, she invited my mother back here.
Yeah, there are so many things that aren't really adding up. And Mel thinks, and so do I, that there might have been something traumatic that occurred that might explain the Kramer history of madness and why we all are the way we are.
Dorian decoded. Now, there's a concept. Hey, look, everybody, the Empress has no clothes.
Kevin, I wish you wouldn't joke about it. I come from that, and I don't know what that is.
It's coming together, you guys. I can feel it. Now, Joey, do you remember what the phone call from the Stonecliff to Aunt Dorian was about?
Yeah, I do.
ABC Tuesday.
I've had to break a promise. And that's not easy for me to admit.
Well, you just did, so maybe it gets easier.
When I invited Melinda to come here to visit, one of the reasons was that I thought you and the girls would finally be able to satisfy your insatiable appetite for information about my rather ordinary past, but unfortunately, it hasn't worked out that way.
No, whereas in fact, you're even less inclined to discuss it.
Because it clearly has an unfortunate effect on Melinda.
Why do you think that is?
If I knew the answer to that, Mel, I could hang out my shingle next to your mother's. No, Melinda's unstable. You've seen that for yourself. Her doctor has no business telling her that she could come here.
Well, maybe she's even under greater pressure here.
Meaning?
Well, at the clinic, she can be an anonymous patient. Here, she's face-to-face with her own history. A sister, a daughter, nieces.
Mineral water?
Oh, if I must. Yeah, thank you.
So, you're saying that you think that we're making her worse. What did Vicky tell you?
Vicky?
About the lunch yesterday.
Wait. I haven't seen the skipper in a couple of days. Why do you ask?
Because the girls and I took Melinda to lunch at the palace yesterday. And we were chatting about this and that, and then Kelly asked Melinda about Charlotte Stonecliff, our old nanny. Melinda must have mentioned her. That's only natural. Miss Stonecliff is a difficult person to forget.
Why's that?
The word I would use is formidable. Miss Stonecliff adored my mother. She would have thrown herself in front of a speeding train for her. Well, for any of us. Well, anyway, Kelly brought up the subject of Miss Stonecliffe, and suddenly Melinda became agitated. And wouldn't you know it, just then, Vicky walks in. Oh, please. She starts making a big fuss over Melinda, and so to be polite, Melinda invited her to join us, which Vicky did. And displaying her usual lack of sensitivity, brought up the subject of Joe, E. Well, Melinda started going on and on and on about how Joe, E, had hurt Kelly, and this embarrassed Kelly no end. So I tried to stop Melinda, and Melinda accused me of trying to silence her. Well, that was ridiculous, but what could I do? And there was nothing I could say to Melinda that wouldn't have made things worse for her, and so I sat there while Vicky got an earful about all sorts of horrible, untrue things about me. Oh, Mel. It was a catastrophe.
I'm sorry.
So, now that I think back, I'm sure that it was the conversation about Miss Stonecliffe that set Melinda off. It's curious.
It's very curious. The roof leaked. Come again? Yeah, Stonecliffe wanted Dorian to pay the repair bill.
Why would she ask my mother to do something like that?
Well, because Dorian was supporting her. And the roof in question here was the roof on the house that Dorian and her sisters grew up in, I guess.
Stonecliffe still lives there?
She did then. Dorian told me that she had bought that old house shortly after she married Victor Lord.
Now, this is the first I have ever heard of this.
Well, I also gathered that she poured quite a bit of dough in that house, considering the fact that it was falling apart at that point.
Did she tell you anything else about Miss Stonecliffe? No. That's all I can remember, I think.
Joey, this has been a really big help.
I'm glad to oblige.
If you can think of anything else.
I'll put my mind to it.
Thank you. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I bet it's a good bet that River's probably up on sunrise.
Oh, yeah.
And if I know my brother, there'll be a fierce battle of dinosaurs right before breakfast.
Bet.
You got that right.
Yeah, well, some things never change.
Thanks for listening. We are in this together. Okay?
Kel, want me to call you a cab?
Oh, sure. Thank you. I'm not allowed to drive. It's part of my probation.
Look, I can give you a lift. I make a great chauffeur. And maybe we can stop by and get a cup of coffee or a drink on the way. I could possibly even jog my memory about this Miss Stonecliffe.
Yeah. All right, well, we passed by Club Indigo on the way. Sure.
Great.
Well, thank you. Okay, bye.
Good luck. Thanks, I'll need it.
You'll tell Mel about this?
Absolutely. Have fun.
Only a drink. Ready to go?
Good night, folks.
Have a good one.
See ya. You sure you want to go to Club Indigo? Since when do we frequent R.J. Gannon's place?
Well, he's somewhat of a reformed character, and Club Indigo is the hottest music spot in town now.
I've been away too long.
Bye-bye, all.
Bye-bye.
You know, I know this really hot jazz place right upstairs.
That's so.
What do you say we stop by Rivers first, make sure he's nice and snug, safe and sound in his bed?
He likes to wrap himself up in his blanket like a cocoon.
I know. Just wait until he grows up and finds out what a satisfying thing it is to just wrap yourself up in the arms of the woman you love.
Give me my kiss. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
You yourself described Miss Stonecliffe as formidable. And you're certainly made of sterner stuff than Melinda. Well, maybe Melinda was afraid of her as a child.
No, Miss Stonecliffe adored Melinda. In fact, I always felt that Melinda was was her favorite. Because of all of us, Melinda was the only one who inherited my mother's incredible musical talent.
But if Melinda really was unstable when she was young, maybe she was afraid of things that to you would appear perfectly ordinary.
I suppose. Are you hungry?
No, not right now. You know, if Melinda's recollections are askew about things from her childhood, maybe it would help her to meet her old Nanny after all these years. Now that she's an adult. I mean, is Miss Stonecliffe still alive?
Yes. I've been supporting her for years.
Really?
But Mel, come on, this is not the time to test Melinda any further. This trip's already been more than she can handle. She wasn't ready for it.
Is that you? Kelly?
Melinda?
Kelly? Where's Kelly? Where's Kelly? What have you done to her? What have you done? Where is she?
Oh, we don't have any reservations, though.
Well, tonight, that won't be a problem.
Are you, between shows?
No show tonight.
Oh.
Hey, don't worry, we will be gearing up again soon. But tonight, since you are such a loyal customer, the first drink is on the house. And, not on any relatives or friends.
I'll be on my best behavior, I promise. Thank you.
Did I miss a beat?
Don't worry, not to bother. It's dead tonight. Well, I guess they didn't come here for the music.
Andrew and Taya?
So, okay, so what, so Todd kind of let out your leash tonight, didn't he? Now, is he going to be able to yank that leash anytime he wants?
Let him try. You see, I slip my collar when I leave the penthouse. Ooh, there's an image.
Not one that I like very much.
I've always felt like a stray one way or another. At least I have some power back over my own life.
What are you going to do with that power?
I'm thinking of chasing ambulances. Seriously?
No, I can't quite see you wandering through the county jail, handing out your card on a Saturday night.
Yeah, well, maybe a notch up from that. The way I see it, Nora Buchanan has a lock on all the high-powered clients in this town. And most of the not-so-high-powered clients, too. And, what's left for a young, hungry lawyer that needs a distraction from her less than satisfying personal life?
So, I guess what you're saying is you're going to climb into the sewers, as it were, and wrestle with the alligators?
Can you think of a better way for me to build a name for myself? I didn't think so. I've never been afraid of a little notoriety.
Yeah, I noticed.
I've already been branded a fallen woman because I'm married to Todd. How much lower can I sink in people's eyes? And, who cares anyway?
You know, you don't have to display this level of bravado for my benefit.
It's not, bravado. It's a fact. I like to be in the limelight. I always have. I'm not particularly proud of the fact, and I'd, just as soon not analyze it. That's the way it is.
Well, you know what they say. Don't hide your light under a bushel. Go for it.
There's not much chance of, Todd's wife hiding much of anything in this town. Oh, we've been spotted.
What's he doing with Tia Tan?
That's a good question. Why don't we go find out?
Oh, boy. Incoming. You prepared?
Do we have a choice? Well, it's nice and quiet here this evening. Or do you plan on livening things up?
Hello, Kelly.
Hello.
Good to see you, Joe.
Hey, you too.
Would you care to join us?
Well, some of our customers seem to be table hopping. And even from here, I can pick up some pretty nasty vibes.
The world is full of nasty vibes, Wendy.
Yeah. And you're giving off some pretty nasty ones yourself tonight.
I'm entitled.
Don't bite my head off. I'm still here, remember?
Well, she'll be back, and she'll bring Blue Jay with her.
So you keep saying.
It won't be long now.
Why? Do you know something I don't?
So.
Now, Joey, you are going to have to stop by the rectory and fill me in on everything.
Oh, yeah, I've been meaning to, but with these classes and...
Yeah, Vicky told me all about it. Now, I guess you're going to take this project on Italian fresco restoration, turn it into a paper for credit. Is that the... Yeah. I'd like to read that.
So would I.
You're into art restoration?
Yeah, Taya's into a lot of things.
I sense that you're angry at me.
Let me see. Yeah, I am.
Well, why don't we get it out in the air?
Maybe this isn't the time.
I think it is. I don't believe in sweeping feelings under the table. They just pop up somewhere else, and usually they cause a lot of damage.
Good. Because ever since you put me on that stand at Star's custody hearing, I've been wanting to tell you exactly what I think about you.
Any good attorney would have done what I did. You were an eyewitness to your cousin shoving me out a window. I didn't make you testify for personal reasons.
Yes, Taya, but you knew how Blair would react. You wanted to push her buttons, and you used me to do it, and I resent that.
And now you got that off your chest. Let's move on.
Andrew, I'm not done. No matter how bad things are between Blair and me, I cannot think of one bad thing about her as a mother. The minute Star came into this world, she made that little girl first. It was like she wrapped her up in all of her love. She was the happiest baby I have ever seen. And why? Because Star knew she was safe. Blair had promised to never leave her side, and now she is dying because she cannot live up to that promise. Neither can her grandmother, her aunt, or her cousins. You have managed to cut everybody out of this family. Once upon a time, Star used to be happy with the family. But what does she have now, Todd and you? Who do you think this is going to hurt, Taya? Just Blair? No, this is going to hurt Star.
I hope not.
Well, that's kind of hypocritical, don't you think? Considering your marriage of convenience to Todd, I think that may have given him the edge at that hearing. But what do you care? You got what you wanted, I suppose.
I do care about Star. And I would probably feel the same way if I were in your position.
You were so good at that sincere thing. I actually believe it. Do you use that line on Andrew? And don't even tell me the two of you are just friends.
Everyone has a right to friends.
Will you be joining them?
No, we're going to be returning to our own table, thanks. Catch up with you later.
Okay, Joe.
Enjoy your evening with your friend.
I could really learn to hate that word. Friend.
Which would be a shame. Because I think we're not going to be able to take it much beyond that point.
Kelly is just fine.
How do you know? Where is she?
Because, after you went to bed, Melinda, she decided she was going to go visit Cassie.
You haven't been playing the game with her, have you?
Oh, for heaven's sake. Melinda, I had forgotten all about the game until you mentioned it.
I haven't forgotten. It frightened me. It would frighten Kelly.
I am so sorry. I never knew how you felt. I was just a little girl then. Melinda, we're all grown up now. Nobody plays the game anymore.
Good. I didn't like it.
Hello. I didn't realize Dory had a guest.
Hi, Melinda.
I shouldn't be downstairs in my nightgown.
No, that's okay.
Something woke me. The piano.
We don't have a piano.
Oh, I heard it. And I was afraid.
That you might be playing the game. We mustn't disturb Mama. You know that.
Oh, Melinda.
Miss Stonecliffe would be very angry. She would punish you.
Look at me. Look at me. Closely. I am not a little girl, am I? Neither are you. We're not in the house that we grew up in. We're here. In my house, in Landview. And you're here for a visit. There's no piano. You're safe, Melinda. Everything is fine.
I don't feel fine. Something's wrong.
Melinda, did you take your medication?
My medication? Yes, I am always very careful to take my medication. It's not working.
Mel.
Yes.
I shouldn't have disturbed you and Dorian. Forgive me.
No. Think nothing of it. I'm sorry to hear you're not feeling well.
No, I'm not. I'm not feeling well at all.
Why did you tell me there wasn't a piano? Mama's playing her concerto.
Melinda?
ABC tonight.
Old River Road, about six miles east of town. Yeah, a car jumped the guardrail, went down the embankment down in the river. Look, there's two kids inside. Get somebody up here right away. I can't get to the car. It looks like both doors on one side have been ripped off. I can't tell. It's too dark. We need some lighting equipment up here. Max Holden. I'm in front of Commissioner Buchanan. Just calling. Just get somebody up here, please, right away.
You're rolling those dice like they're somebody's bones.
Are you superstitious?
Well, that depends.
Well, we had 13 guests tonight, total.
Well, for some people, 13 is a lucky number.
Well, when Jakara comes walking through that door, she's going to have to eat a little crow.
Come on, RJ. You're much smarter than that. It's better to kill the fatted calf when the prodigal returns.
You're right.
But I don't see it happening.
It will. Nothing.
That's the luck of the dice.
I don't need luck, anything, or anybody.
Don't kid yourself, honey. We all do.
You know, it's ironic. Todd couldn't care less what I do. But the rest of Landview is going to force me to be faithful to him.
Or maybe that's your own moral code reflected in their eyes.
And in your eyes? Is that my moral code I see or yours?
See, I think that they're pretty much the same.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Now that would really shock people. You stand for all that is good and respectable. I'm the devil's dam.
But you're not.
Try to convince Kelly of that.
The only person who needs to know that is you.
And you. But in the meanwhile, it's going to play havoc with your reputation, Reverend Carpenter.
Which is between God and me. The good people of Lambview are going to draw their own conclusions, and they will.
God help you, then. Nobody's going to believe me capable of having a simple friendship.
Well, I didn't really see anything simple about it.
You're right. I had a wonderful time this evening.
So I guess it's time to put the collar back on, eh, Ms. Delgado? Or should I say Mrs. Manning?
I'm afraid so. Oh, there's something else we have in common. Our collars.
You hate her.
I hate what she did to Blair. I hate what she did to my family.
So I guess that leaves Andrew in the doghouse?
I'm disappointed in Andrew.
Oh, when you're disappointed in somebody, you sure do let them know.
Yeah, I think that's honest.
So who gives you the right to approve of his friends?
Friends, right.
Well, that's what he said.
Well, if you had been around, probably you would have seen how Taya operates. Then you would understand.
Right, if I'd been around.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't.
That's right, you weren't.
Well, if you would have joined me in Europe like we planned, then maybe you wouldn't have been around either, right? So I guess a lot of things would have been different.
That's not fair.
Sure it is. How long is it going to take you to get over this, Kelly?
Where's Kelly?
I already told you, Melinda. She went to see Kathy. Now, why don't you come upstairs with me?
But Mama's still playing the piano.
There is no piano. Come on. I'll show you through every room in the house if you like.
You never tell me the truth. I don't know what's happening.
Everything's all right.
Stop saying that. Something is terribly wrong. I know it.
Nothing is wrong, Melinda.
I'm scared. No. That's not it. I'm angry. I am very angry at Mrs. Stonecliffe because she didn't tell me the truth either. There's something wrong with Mama, isn't there?
No.
Yes. She isn't playing right. Can't you hear? She isn't playing it right. Where's Kelly?
I've already told you, Melinda. She's safe. She's fine.
I want Kelly. I want Kelly. She doesn't lie to me. Where's Kelly? Where's Kelly?
Melinda, you're safe. Kelly's safe. Has Kelly got her cell phone with her?
I'll see.
Good. Let's sit down over here. Come on. God, your hands are like ice.
I can't listen to the music anymore. Mama's not playing it right. Mama's not playing it right. Mama's not playing it right.
Maybe I don't want to get over this, whatever this is.
I hope that's not true.
Why? Because then you could stop feeling guilty? Hello?
Hello, Kelly. Can you come home?
Yeah, what? What's wrong?
It's your mother. She's asking for you, and she's quite upset.
Oh, sure, I can be there in 5 minutes.
Good.
Well, what is she...
You'll see when you get here.
Okay, I'm on my way. We've got to go home. I got to get home in a hurry.
Let's go.
Hey.
Hey.
See you.
Say.
I was just about to close up.
There's been an accident.
What kind of accident?
A car went over an embankment at River Road into the water. I was with Mom and Bo when the call came in. They flew out of here like crazy, saying something about Max Holden's kids being involved in a kidnapping.
A kidnapping? Were those poor kids in the car?
I don't know. I think so.
How bad was it? Was anybody hurt?
Well, from Mom and Bo's reaction, it seemed like it was really bad.
Here, girl. All we can do is pray for those kids.
Where's the car? It's right down here at about 10 feet of water. I couldn't get to him. I tried.
Are you sure the kids are inside?
I don't know. I couldn't get close enough to see. Leslie didn't call back. There's EMS. The car's over that ravine. Get down there. There may be 2 kids in the back. Who else, Max? Who else was driving? One guy, he was wearing a mask, but he had someone with him. He hit me on the back of the head. Did you actually see Leslie and Frank in there? No, but I followed them over here. They went out of control. They lost it, and they spun out over this curve. We're ready, Commissioner. All right, let's go.
Oh, please, God. Please, God, please, please.
Stay tuned for scenes from the next One Life to Live.